What if the mask of villainy you wore was not a curse of birth, but a shield forged from the fires of betrayal, echoing the defiant rebellions of history's outcasts, like Joan of Arc, branded heretic yet burning with unquenchable truth, or the scorned women of Salem trials, their witchery a veil for unyielding spirit. In May I Ask for One Final Thing, Episode 5, released on October 31st, 2025, we shatter into this inferno, where the crackle of slowed time punches resounds like thunder in a timeless void, the bitter copper of vengeance coats the tongue, and the shadowy flicker of reincarnated fates dances like ghosts in a moonlit hall. Nestled in the intensifying arc of Scarlet's vengeful ascent against corrupt nobility and hidden Ice-Sky machinations, this chapter probes the essence of identity reclaimed through fury, leaving me ensnared by its audacious blend of brutality and wit, an intoxicating elixir of empowerment that whispers, can one woman's unbridled rage rewrite the scripts of destiny, or does it summon shadows from other worlds? You're there, fists clenched in the dilated moment, air thick with the scent of impending doom as bones crunch under ethereal force, suspense tightening like a noose. What reincarnated enigma will clash with this unbreakable will? The veil beckons, igniting a feverish need to witness the unraveling, for only in its embrace will you confront the echoes of your own suppressed rebellions, rising from Episode 4's simmering court intrigues, where Scarlet's pugilistic diplomacy began dismantling facades of nobility, much like the unmasking of hypocrites in Moliere's satires or the exposé of corrupt elites in revolutionary tribunals, stripping veils to reveal rot beneath. This installment erupts into visceral reckonings. Key events thunder through enchanted confrontations and shadowed revelations. A tyrannical figure faces karmic retribution in a temporally warped onslaught, alliances fracture under deceptive strikes, and otherworldly truths emerge amid lore-laden dialogues, reminiscent of the dramatic unveilings in Arthurian legends or historical inquisitions where hidden identities ignite cataclysms. Transitions hurl the saga toward interdimensional rivalries, yet obscurities swirl. Why does a final request warp time itself, like the distorted clocks in Dali's surreal nightmares? You're plunged in, senses assaulted by the slow-motion symphony of vengeance, heart pounding as veils lift layer by layer, curiosity devouring. Will this temporal tempest forge redemption or summon greater storms? The distortions allure, compelling you to twist the dial and behold the full warp. Episode 5 catapults the narrative forward by escalating Scarlet's vendetta into a realm of magical ingenuity and interdimensional intrigue, advancing the overarching tale of noble corruption through a high-stakes confrontation that dismantles a key antagonist while introducing a paradigm-shifting twist. Revelations center on the Prime Minister's downfall via Scarlet's time-slowing magic, a final thing that morphs retribution into a grotesque ballet of precision violence, culminating in his poisoning by an unseen hand, a plot pivot that reframes apparent victories as preludes to broader conspiracies. Pacing surges with kinetic fury, balancing explosive action with introspective lore dumps for dramatic equilibrium, avoiding fatigue through rhythmic ebbs. A cliffhanger teases escalating threats from reincarnated foes, leaving alliances teetering. Addressing fan-debated cloudy aspects, such as the mechanics of Scarlet's time magic, often confusing for its sudden escalation, and Terranetza's abrupt reveal, queried as trope subversion or contrivance. Manga research from Sora Hunoki's adaptation, chapters 12 to 14, aligning with the light novels Volume 2 by Nana Otori, elucidates the slow-motion spell isn't arbitrary but a manifestation of Scarlet's latent villainous powers, tied to her family's arcane heritage, allowing perceptual dilation for enhanced combat. Terranetza's Ice-Sky origins aren't a lazy insert but a deliberate foil, her Earth knowledge enabling manipulative schemes that exploit kingdom politics, providing deeper context for the anime's streamlined portrayal, resolving why her beauty masks cunning intellect, transforming what could seem opaque into a layered commentary on power dynamics borrowed from Otome game tropes, without diluting the series' comedic punch. Scarlet's psychological tapestry weaves tighter, her hidden wounds of endured abuse erupting into surprising catharsis, motivations root in reclaiming agency, choices transformative as she wields magic not just for revenge but self-affirmation, consistent with her arc yet laced with gleeful abandon that humanizes her villainous label. Julius's depth unfolds through feigned vulnerability, revealing motivations of strategic cunning that surprise in their emotional undercurrents, dialogues transformative in blending sarcasm with subtle affection. Terranetza emerges as a multifaceted antagonist, her reincarnated psyche hiding wounds of displacement, growth hinted in her calculated poise that surprises with intellectual menace. Empowerment surges as a double-bladed sword, manifesting in Scarlet's temporal assault where power interrogates morality and vengeance. Does unchecked fury liberate or corrupt? Echoing Nietzsche's abyss gazing back amid retributive acts, sacrifice simmers in Julius's deceptive death, survival clashing with despair as characters wager trust for greater good, probing hope's fragility. Rebirth demands shattering illusions, like the Phoenix myths where flames consume to renew. New lore on temporal magic and isekai integrations enriches the fantasy realm, complicating noble hierarchies with interdimensional influences. Drawing from otome tropes to add meta layers that heighten intrigue. The script crackles with poetic venom, lines, like defiant quips amid dilated carnage carrying foreshadowing heft that resonates like echoes in a void, impactful in their blend of humor and horror. Dialogues avoid cliches, echoing Wilde's witty barbs in drawing room duels, immersing you in the verbal spar as if trading blows in the warped arena, suspense heightening. What reincarnated retort will shatter the stasis? Curiosity compels. Witness the exchanges that warp realities. Leidenfilm's animation pulses with kinetic flair, art direction contrasting vibrant ballrooms against desaturated temporal voids. Symbolism in slowed crimson splatters evokes visceral isolation. Lighting's stark contrasts casting elongated shadows of doubt. Stillness in frozen agony versus fluid punches shaping emotional distortion. Beauty here embodies vengeance's grotesque allure. Direction harnesses distorted angles. Fisheye warps amplifying temporal dread. Composed shots framing power imbalances. Editing staccato rhythm mirrors heartbeat halts, reminiscent of Tarantino's stylized violence. The OST haunts as a temporal specter, dissonant strings elevating the slowdown's eeriness, motifs of ticking crescendos searing memory like fractured time. Silence in the void screams louder, etching retribution's hush voice acting captivates. Asami Sito's Scarlet quivers with ferocious intensity, timbre fracturing from gleeful to grave, embodying defiant soul. Shoya Ishige's Julius infuses sly tremor, while Miyu Tomida's Terranetsa crackles with otherworldly poise. This episode seared me with a blaze of vindictive thrill and poignant ache, scars of vicarious fury mingling with wonder at resilient defiance. Moments of temporal torment sparked dark exhilaration, evoking the cathartic rages in gladiatorial arenas or historical uprisings where the oppressed strike back, their echoes timeless. Hinting at the climax, a cosmic clash of worlds, a fracturing pivot reshaping vendettas, it probes eternal queries. What if our final things are portals to other selves, like explorers in multiverse myths bridging realms? You're there, time crawling across your skin, echoes of punches vibrating in your bones, suspense devouring. Will this distortion redeem or damn? The philosophical ripples endure. Dive in, for the warps reflect your concealed rages. Pacing might whirl dizzily in magical sequences, potentially opaque in lore dumps, yet I reframe it as deliberate disorientation, mimicking temporal chaos for thematic immersion. Complexity in isekai twists could bewilder, but it stylistically invites rewatches, enriching depth. Balanced, the audacious heart overshadows minor distortions, yielding triumphant execution. Episode 5 triumphs in vengeful spectacle, character depth, and artistic warp, though its layered enigmas demand engagement. Yet this crafts an irresistible vortex, succeeding as the arc's furious fulcrum. I anticipate its legacy in villainous tales. But what if your next, final thing, shatters the veil between worlds? Watching isn't choice, it's the inexorable punch toward your empowered awakening. Will you land it?